India and the United States are inching closer to finalizing a long-awaited bilateral trade agreement. But with US President Donald Trump's latest tariff blitz rattling global markets, including a fresh 26% duty on Indian imports, one key question looms large. Will a trade deal with the US be rushed? And even if signed, will it truly shield India from Trump's tariffs? Let's first understand what is an FTA and what does it actually ensure. Now, a free trade agreement or FTA is a pact between two or more countries to reduce or eliminate trade barriers such as import duties, quotas, or cumbersome regulations. The idea is simple: make trade cheaper, faster, and more seamless. So, in theory, FTAs ensure lower tariffs or zero tariffs on select goods, greater market access for exporters, fewer restrictions on investments, easier standards for testing, safety, or documentation, stronger protection for investors and intellectual property. In India's case, a trade deal with the US could also unlock preferential access for Indian exporters and open new doors in key sectors such as technology, telecom, pharmaceuticals, and chemicals, where India currently faces non-tariff barriers. After Trump's tariffs announcement on Liberation Day, S. Jaishankar and US Secretary of State Marco Rubio held talks, during which both agreed on the need to fast-track the trade deal. But the question is, does an FTA actually protect a country from sudden tariffs? Let's take Vietnam for example. Vietnam has a full-fledged FTA with the US, yet because of its high trade surplus with America, it faces the highest reciprocal tariff rate, which is 46%. Japan, which has a limited trade pact, faces a 24% tariff. Because Trump's tariff playbook isn't just about addressing trade barriers, it's also about trade imbalances. Simply put, if a country exports far more to the US than it imports, it risks being penalized. So, even if India agrees to zero tariffs on US goods, our exports could still face steep duties if the US's trade deficit with India widens. And that is why experts are urging caution. They agree that an FTA with the US could be a strategic win if it includes mutual recognition agreements, MRAs, which is called, in telecom, medical devices, and chemicals, investor protections and legal stability, better rules for technology partnerships. But India must tread carefully. Experts suggest India should watch how competitors like Vietnam respond, use this time to strengthen domestic manufacturing, reduce import duties selectively to make MSMEs more competitive, and focus on making trade terms mutually beneficial, not just reactive. So, will an FTA protect India from tariffs? Well, the answer is quite nuanced. In the short term, a bilateral trade might bring some respite. It could calm markets, boost investor sentiment, and deepen trade ties. But in the long term, especially under Trump's America First doctrine, even formal trade partners aren't safe. Because in the Trump era, free trade isn't always guaranteed, even by a free trade agreement. Stay tuned, the next few months could reshape how India trades with the world's largest economy.